But what I find funny is that why don't people see it as like, okay, so Patricia has given us all these secrets on how she's basically got here and now she's enjoying the fruits of her labor. Let her enjoy. Wouldn't you be more happier to be like, wow, to see how she can spend and like live like this after watching her grind so hard?
Yeah.
Why is it always such a negative thing? So what has me pressed this week is, well, I don't know if it has me pressed, but I found it kind of interesting.
Okay, tell.
So, you know Melissa's Wardrobe?
Yes.
She is a stylist, influencer, hashtag Mel made me do it. She had her honeymoon recently. Yes. She had it 1 year later. I don't know if she said on her story why, but it was definitely worth the wait. So her husband had booked a private jet. On this private jet, there was a big bouquet of roses. You know them big bouquet of roses, different colours.
Yeah.
He had her hashtag saying it's a lifestyle hunt on cushions as a water bottle. And to be fair, I don't actually know where they landed, but just the whole beginning of the trip was giving luxe. And I even saw people on socials tweeting like, Mel's show me that love is truly exists. Like I was just, loads of people was gassed about it on socials. Like, okay, there's love there, never settle, etc.
Yeah, because I saw the vlogs post and I was looking at the comments. I was like, bro, like they're proper girls were like, do not settle, like know your worth. And it's like,
it's nice to see girls being taken care of. And then also in the same week, we had our auntie Patricia Bright.
Okay.
She posted that she had her braids done and she had braids that cost £1,000.
Okay.
And she explained in this video, she has fine hair. The hair is natural. I mean, the hair is human hair and it can be reused. And she
didn't use any like glue,
synthetic.
No any products like that.
Gel because she's allergic.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of braiders always use gel to do the parting. And she was just happy to support a fellow black business.
Okay.
But the reception to that was very crazy. They were saying how, why would you spend 1K on braids? It was just very negative compared to, you know, Melissa, who also was given luxe, but it was two different types of luxe.
Yeah, and remember, one was a gift to her, and then the other one was her spending her own money. So from what we know from Melissa's, she hasn't paid anything. Her husband has gifted her with this luxury experience, luxury honeymoon gift.
Yeah.
Whilst Patricia, part of her lifestyle, she felt like, okay, I'm going to get braids, and they just happened to cost £1,000.
Yeah. So what I found interesting was the two different in reception.
Yes, the responses.
I've noticed
this, you know.
Why do you think that is? Because I feel like Patricia always has the girls pressed.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I always feel like she never gets like grace. Yeah, like a little bit of a grace. I think the reason why is about relatability a little bit. So a lot of us grew up to Patricia, and I think we were having this conversation earlier how like I grew up to Patricia watching her being a budget babe in the sense of making sure we save our money, invest our money. You don't need to buy all these like crazy wild things, like think about the future. And she's accomplished so much off of that mindset and those teachings. So I feel like for a lot of people watching her now, where she's done all that and she's made a name for herself, she's done all the hard work, she's saved her money. Now she's an adult, a wife, a mother who's, you know, respectfully earned her wages in a very, very honest way as well. So when people probably might see that, they might see it as, but that's not what I knew you as. How can you be someone that's so for saving and, you know, investing your money into being someone that will waste it in our eyes to something like braids, where probably people are saying it's not even long enough, or do you know what I mean? You can give that to an auntie that's probably going to charge you less than half than that. Do you know what I mean? So I think that, and then with Melissa, I think a lot of people have always seen Melissa as someone that strives for that fashion luxury look, whether it's for her or her clientele. Do you know what I mean? We know her as a designer. So I think that's why people find it a bit harder to relate, because I think with Patricia's one, it came off of that whole mindset and budgeting, and I think people just need to understand you just grow. You get to a stage where you make your targets and your goals, and then it's on to the next things. You elevate. You never want to kind of stay in the same position though. Come on, guys. You want to. I feel like people just. I feel like they want to get onto Patricia, and I do think like.
I don't feel like, I feel like Patricia kind of knows that now, so she's kind of accepted it. So, you know, when you kind of just, it's like, I know they're going to hate me for this anyway, so I'm going to give it to them anyway. But what I find funny is that, why don't people see it as like, okay, so Patricia has given us all these secrets on how she's basically got here, and now she's enjoying the fruits of her labor. Let her enjoy. Wouldn't you be more happier to be like, wow, to see how she can spend and like live like this after watching her grind so hard? Why is it always such a negative
and
thing?
Low key as well, guys, I think we need to dive into this, right? I believe that the reason why people kind of had this negative idea, this negative response to when they see someone like Patricia maybe doing something or investing in something, is because I feel like the other side of the luxury black aesthetic is just looking like the aesthetic,
but
just
you're not living it in real life.
Yeah, not.
But can I just say quickly, forget Mel and Patricia, because we don't want to. We're talking more about people's responses as in their audience rather than them too, the actual talent. Okay?
Yeah, okay. So if we do it in a sense of like, when you think of black aesthetics and what is very much popularized is the look. And the look is those things like the fashion, the higher designer, the high-end purchases of certain bags, whilst maybe people don't appreciate the behind the scenes of the foundations of like having been able to just buy a house outright without having to pay mortgage. You know what I mean? You've got the money like that. So I think that's where the relatability comes back into, because it's easier to probably save up for those flashy images of luxury and you know, richness, rather than having to do the grinding of and learning the educational side of long-term wealth and long-term.
Because low-key, I feel like Patricia should be one of the people that whatever she spends her money on, realistically, no one should actually chat shit.
No, 100%.
We know you've grinded. We know you've like done your time in the game. We know how you make your money. So everything is just so legit. Whereas there will be like this one girl that just popped up from Instagram spending 5K on jewelry, and it's like, okay, but what do you actually do?